Heavenly Father, just thank you for this evening, God. Again, thank you for allowing us to come here together to do the town's business. God, I pray tonight that we do things to glorify you, God. Just thank you for our town. Thank you for our residents, God. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It gets somebody every time.
All right, our pledge of civility. We will be respectful of one another, even when we disagree. We will direct all comments to the issues, and we will avoid personal attacks. Now, we've got a few public hearings. Public hearing item number 1 is ordinance number 2025-13, an ordinance of the town of Hilliard, Nassau County, Florida, amending chapter 62 of the town code to require approval of plat submittals within the town limits by an administrative authority and to incorporate other statutory requirements pursuant to section 177.071 Florida statutes, providing for conflict, severability, administrative correction of Scribner's error, publication, and effective date. Do we have any public input on this?
Motion to close.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Well, this will constitute the second and final reading of it. So do we have a motion?
Motion to adopt ordinance 2025-13 on second and final reading.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, item number 2, ordinance number 2025-14, an ordinance relating to public right-of-way or alley, making findings, vacating public right-of-way or alley within or surrounded by Block 93, plat of the west portion of Hilliard within town of Hilliard, Florida, authorizing recording of a certified copy of this ordinance, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. Do we have any public input on this?
Motion to close. Second.
Yeah,
One or the other.
one of the other. Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And this is the second and final reading. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-14 on second and final reading.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance number 2025-15, an ordinance relating to public right-of-way or alley, making findings, vacating a block of public right-of-way known as West 8th Avenue, which falls between Georgia Street and Virginia Street, plat of the west portion of Hilliard within town of Hilliard, Florida, authorizing recording of a certified copy of this ordinance, providing for severability and providing for an effective date. Do we have any public input?
Motion to close.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now, this is the adoption for a second and final reading. Do we have a motion on it?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-15 on second and final reading.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And I'm sorry, council, if you ever have something, you just speak up real quick.
I'm well aware, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, item number 4, we have a presentation by Ms. Sherry Mitchell, the Executive Director of the Nassau County Economic Development Board. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. If you would turn that microphone on, please.
There we go.
That better?
That's better. Yes, ma'am. That way the home crowd can hear you.
Oh, right. Okay. Again, thank you for having me. I appreciate all of you, and I really appreciate the support, the continued support that we get from the town of Hilliard. It means a lot, and it goes a very long way. Your representative, Morella, has proven to be a great additional board member, so I appreciate that. She represents you all very well. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes and give you an update on what the NCEDB is doing. We have done a new 5-year strategic plan, and I'd like to just kind of go over a couple of things with you and give you some idea of some of the projects that we have been working with. And first and foremost, I always want to go by what our role is, because believe it or not, all right, I know you gave, there we go. Who is NCEDB? We have been around, the Economic Development Board has been here for 31 years. We are a nonprofit, and we are the economic development arm for the county. So what our main role is to diversify the tax base. How do we do that? By talking to and bringing in larger corporations. So we really focus on sites like the Crawford Diamond Industrial site, the Wildlight Commerce site, and another site that's kind of came up this past year is Avery Roberts got a site over there in right on 301, right past Crawford Diamond. So he's opened up like over 600 acres out there, perfect industrial site. And that's another one that's getting a lot of attention. So that's what we really have been busy with, is trying to bring in larger businesses and also trying to retain the businesses that we currently have. I know you told me. There we go. That's just a quick snapshot overview of what our population has become over the past couple of years. We are still remaining the 5th fastest growing county in the state of Florida. All this information can be found on the NCEDB website. I wanted to really go over, where are you at? Seriously. There you go. Nassau's next chapter, what does that look like? So through our strategic plan, we actually hired a consultant this year, and we are working with them. We were working with them to do a feasibility study and a possible capital campaign. We found out that the chamber was doing a capital campaign as well, so we did not want to do something hand in hand and at the same time that they were. So we kind of backed down and we went over to the stakeholders. We kind of did a lot of the interviews from one end of the county to the other. So we did a feasibility study, and in that feasibility study, we want to take back all that feedback that we got from the stakeholders and implement that into our new plan. So we took a step back. We remained the 4 main pillars being BRE, business retention and expansion, BRM, business recruitment and marketing, and PRC, public relations, communications, and obviously SRS, the sustainable revenue source. Those pillars will be found in our new strategic focus, which is going to be the targeted economic growth. Talent attraction and development, that's going to always be a key role because we need to have the skilled workers before we can get the folks to come out here and relocate to Nassau County. Doing a better job at brand identity and storytelling, really telling the story of Nassau County, and organizational and development. And that's really holding the NCEDB accountable for being as transparent as we possibly can with funding, with the findings of the businesses that we've been talking to. Strategic focus areas, that one especially accelerating the expansion and retention of existing industries while we're attracting high value firms. Some of the companies that we've been talking to, data centers are really big right now. I'm not a real fan of that. I know that they offer a lot, and they have a lot of requirement on water and utilities. Would be a great opportunity to lay the groundwork for somebody in that targeted industry. When I talk about targeted industry, I'm talking about the advanced manufacturers, anybody in healthcare, anybody in aviation. So those industries are the ones that we are focused on because of the incentives that the state gives them and the local incentives that is offered to them through Nassau County. Talent attraction and development, having a laser focus on that and really making sure that we do have that skilled workforce by partnering with our schools, making sure that we're participating in Manufacturing Day and just making that connection with our businesses and our schools. Brand identity, like I told you, we really wanted to sharpen the skills on that through storytelling, and we've done a pretty good job this past year by bringing in part-time social media gal, Jessie. So she's kind of really blew our numbers off the charts on our social media presence. So that's been very helpful. And then obviously organizational development. We're also going to be doing more of a metric system. So measures of successes in the next 5 years, like to see 800 new jobs from both new recruitment and expansion. which will new positions with wages exceeding the current median worker earnings of only 55,000. But everybody that we're talking to is starting at higher wages. So those are 60 to 75,000 at starting pay with these businesses. Capital investment over the next 5 years, we're hoping to see 6 million in new capital investment. And again, that's with new recruitment and folks expanding. So you'll see a lot of the expansions. We're seeing a lot of that. We've been able to assist a couple of companies that have got applied for our economic development grants on the expansions that they've done. Sorry, guys. Okay, strategic focus areas. So we are, and I just went over that. I'm so sorry. And that is another one I went over. I'm sorry. That is the metric system. So being able to put in a metric system and just really following, showing everything that we're doing, making sure that we're transparent when we're going to see the BOCC, when we're going to talk to any and everybody else, just to find out, who are we talking to? And they've been keeping us busy. Another new initiative that we've done is we've joined through the county, the North Florida Economic Development Partnership. That's proven to be a great partnership. So we had been talking to them and going on when we first started doing the rural county days. I started talking to Daryl Register. And he's the one that kind of brought us in. So I went to the county and I'm like, this would be a great partnership. We could really focus on the west side of the county. What would it take to reclassify us as an RAO? And so that is, we just got back from the Rural County Conference in Ocala. And I asked Jeff, where are we with that? And so the paperwork is on the governor's desk waiting to be signed. So they feel confident about that, as does Florida Commerce. So that would be a huge win for us, especially when we are in the position that we are in right now with the growth and really not seeing anything. I mean, we have the Florentino Group. We've got the appropriations. We're up there every year. So any opportunities that they can kind of look at us and give us the same opportunities as they do the other rural counties would be a win, in my opinion. And again, this is just some of the business retention, education, walking the halls, like I said, at Tallahassee, marketing, some of the sites, Callahan and Hilliard. I really suck at this thing. You're right. I got to point it back towards that. Okay. And again, becoming an RAO, these are just some of the opportunities that we would be privy to being a part of that group and what that means to be an actual rural area of opportunity. Some of the projects that we're currently working on, all are going to fall in the manufacturing industry, one of them for transportation. You see what the CapEx is and the jobs, and this is all exciting. I go on multiple site visits with these folks. We are always in competition with Duval County, Georgia, Texas, South Carolina. So we have got to land one. And I believe with that water plant that's complete and the infrastructure on the roads that have been paved, that our time is coming, just not soon enough. So lastly, these are some of the key stakeholders. I can't thank you guys enough for the continued support and sticking in there with me. Is there any questions?
No, I want to thank you for what y'all are trying to do for this side of the county and for Hilliard. We know it's tough out there, but we know businesses are wanting to move to Florida, and what's a better stop than when you first come into the state of Florida is this side of the county. So
Yeah,
we appreciate what you're
exactly.
doing to try to get businesses over here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
All right, item number 5, additions or deletions to the agenda. I've got one addition I want to do. I want to talk about fireworks. So it's not It's not an item that we're going to have to, I want to discuss this.
Discussion. Motion to have discussion on fireworks.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, item number 6, town council approval of a septic tank exception, application number 2025-1121.02, allowing for a septic system to be placed within the town boundaries to serve a new commercial business at 0 Henry Smith Road, parcel ID number 16-3N-24-2320-0012-0010. Mr. Hobbs.
This parcel is way out of bounds to tie in, even when Greenbrier does develop, because they can't come into their piece. But they did agree, if Ms. Watts back me
Whenever it
right.
does become available.
Well, if sewer ever does come available, they're willing to tie in.
Motion to approve with recommendations.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, item number 7, town council approval of well exception application number 2025-1121.01, allowing for a
You're
septic
good.
system to be placed within the town boundaries to serve a new commercial business at 0 Henry Smith Road, parcel ID number 16-3N-24-2320-0012-0010.
Pretty much the same thing, even if they run water to Greenbrier, or when they do, it's still too far out of range for them to have to tie in, but if it ever becomes available, they will tie in.
Motion to approve with recommendations.
Second.
I've got one question. Why is it 0 Henry Smith Road?
No building has ever been there, and the county does not address the property until there's a building permit for a structure to be put on the site.
Okay, okay. All right, so
Where
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Butter Street.
Opposed?
I apologize.
All right, item number 8, town council review of estimates and approval of capital budget expenditure for 36-inch double drum roller. Mr. Hobbs.
This will help out a lot when we have to cut a road somewhere and have to wait so long to rent one to make it worth the town's while to have so many patches to rent one for a day or a week. What we do, where convenience is kind of key on this, but I got y'all 3 quotes on these, and you can see my recommendation for it, and we're way under budget.
This is also being purchased on Sourcewell, isn't it?
No, it could not find that on Sourcewell.
Okay, I seen the one source up there in the top.
Yeah, this one, this is the one I could not get on Sourcewell, but I have to have 3 quotes, but
That doesn't always help.
There's a big difference between 1 and 3. Is 1 and 3 apples to apples?
it's the same exact model, make and model. I'll be honest, number 1 is a 2024 model instead of 2025, but it's sat on the showroom floor, and their warranty still applies the same as if it was brand new. I can't remember the details on the warranty off the top of my head, but it's just been a showroom model. They want it off their floor.
Just like that.
Good enough. Motion to approve.
For Bobcat, Brunswick?
Yeah, the cheap one.
Okay. All right, motion second. All those in favor? Opposed?
Good thing with that one, I think it will be probably delivered tomorrow or Monday. It's in stock.
All right, item number 9, town council review estimates of approval of capital budget expenditure for tree trimming project.
To help clarify the boundaries on this, it's going to start at Bay Road, but not on the county's easement, where the city easement starts from Bay Road going north to Second Avenue, West Second Avenue, both sides of Second, though, West Second. And then we'll go back from Ohio on the east and west side of Ohio, all the way back to the east side of Georgia Street, that whole rectangle of that town. Now, Public Works will be cleaning up and disposing of the limbs. That's just them having the limbs provided, the bucket trucks provided to cut them down to a minimum height of 16 foot.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Hold on, what did you?
I'm gonna write this down first and then I'm gonna say something. Although this was budgeted capital, this being a maintenance item, I would like to request that the funds come from the streets department versus capital. The funds that are placed to the streets department are the local option gas tax, and that is sufficient to cover this as a maintenance item to kind of get us away from spending that 1 cent sales tax on non-capital items.
It's fine with me.
Do you want a motion to pull from capital to maintenance, or do you want to do it?
I just wanted to know if that's okay with you all. I just want to make the transfer.
And I'm glad you expanded on where it was going, because I just read it and it was just.
I know, that's why I went through the details.
From-
We're basically going from Bay
Bay
Road back
to
to Second,
Second,
but
I'm
not the
like-
county side. Everything that's city easement from Bay to the north side of Second, and then everything on both sides of Ohio, because we only own one side of Georgia Street. So
So I will amend my motion to say maintenance instead of capital.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right, item number 10, town council approval of position process for Jimmy Freilich transition from introductory probationary status to regular full-time. Mr. Hobbs.
he's been a very exceptional employee. He's the one that wants to stay late, try to make overtime. Anytime after hours, he never questioned, answered the phone. He's been very exceptional to us.
Motion to approve transition.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right, town council approval of position process for Trevor Hazel's transition from introductory probationary status to regular full-time.
Pretty much the same thing with him too. I mean, he come in. They all come with different knowledge sets, but everything he told us in the interview, he can do no problem.
Motion to approve.
All those in favor? Opposed? Item number 12, town council approval of position process for Travis Pastor's transition from introductory probationary status to regular full-time.
Same thing on the previous two. I mean, I think we have finally a good tight knit crew. And I think Charles would agree with me and sitting in the crowd out there that we got people that's skilled in different assets for public works. And I have no complaints on any employee we've hired.
Motion to approve transition.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Item number 13, town council approval of the land use administrator's recommendation to hire the building and zoning administrative assistant position. Ms. Wallace.
This is the new position that was created during our budget process to help with transitioning building permits to Old Town Hall. We got lots of applications. We did lots of interviews. Miss Wendy, HR sat in on those, and so did Mr. Hobbs. The candidate has lots of experience on the private side of permits, and her specialty was helping merge companies that did this, starting computer systems from scratch and writing SOPs for the whole department and teaching everybody how to use it. It is exactly what we're going to be doing when we transition to an online version of building permits. And we're in the SOP writing process for the zoning department as well as public works. I think it should be a real asset to us.
Motion to approve recommendation.
Second.
I apologize. She would be a December 15th start date.
All right, all those in favor? Opposed? All right, item number 14, town council approval of the minutes for the November 13th, 2025 workshop and November 20th, 2025 regular meeting.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Item number 15, I did have a conversation with Shauna from Callahan, the clerk in Callahan. She had made it known that they want to have the fireworks not on July 4th because of the cost. But I did talk to Paul Schwind, and he's actually wanting the Westside Chamber of Commerce and the two towns to be involved to help with the cost. So what I want to get from y'all is kind of a where y'all want to see it, where y'all would like to see the fireworks at. I know the 4th this coming year is going to be on Saturday. So if we did it the day before, it'd be Friday the 3rd. But I know Mr. Wallet said, made the comment that he liked them on the 4th of July. I wanted to get back to that. So I wanted to get y'all's input, and then I wanted to visit, once I have what y'all want to do, go to a Callahan meeting and discuss it with them.
I'd like to, yeah, especially since it's on Saturday.
It's I can't remember the exact dollar amount between non-holiday and holiday. It was, I don't want to say substantial, but it
It was
was,
substantial.
I
I
mean, it
remember it
was,
being substantial. Yeah, that's.
okay, so it's an agreement that we
It
want
was-
to keep it on the
It was
4th.
substantial and we used to do it ourselves. Now we got Callahan and the Chamber of Commerce helping us. You know, I just think that we should try to do it on the 4th.
Okay,
I'd rather
all
say-
right, well, I will. try to-
The Declaration of Independence was not adopted on July 2nd. It was not adopted on July 3rd. It was adopted on July 4th.
Correct.
Okay. All right,
At
so.
the attorney's recommendation,
Heard that before.
at the attorney's recommendation.
All right, so I will go, I'll try to do a January meeting with Callahan and just let them know what y'all's feelings are and go from there.
Were you saying that if we have it on the 4th, on the signing day of the Declaration of Independence, that you might actually be here, Christian?
We could call, if that's what it takes. I really think you should celebrate it on the day it's meant to.
Okay. All right, well, thank y'all on that. Do we have any public input?
Heather Gates, 27306 West Fifth Avenue, Hilliard. I want to say a few things. Saturday, the tree lighting ceremony, awesome job. It was great. My kids had so much fun. On the other hand, our clerk said that we are a financially disadvantaged municipality, correct? You said it was in the grants that she applied for the sewer systems to be fixed. If we are such at a disadvantage, how can we afford $30,000 for a roller that's going to be used once every couple of months, maybe once a year? Is that really what you guys want to look at when you guys just raised our water rates 61%? It might be just a few dollars here and there every month, but 61% you raised our water rates just last week at our meeting. And then, or the 20th, it might have been 2 weeks, I'm not sure. But yet now today you approved $30,000 to be spent on top of the tree trimming for $20,000, but that's coming out of their side of it. That's fine. But that does not look good on a council whatsoever. You raise our rates, but then you're willing to spend $30,000 on a roller that's not needed. Makes no sense at all. How can you guys clarify that? Can you? Oh, shit. Okay, well, that's what I got to say.
All right, any other public input? Seeing none, Mr. Wallace.
Sure. It wasn't a $30,000 roller. It was $20,000, came in under budget. It was budgeted for the previous year. The problem that we've run into is that we have to rent them, and then everybody complains when we leave gaps cut in roads and we can't do it. So we've had to build projects and then hold these cracks, damages in the roads, then rent a roller for 7 days, try to get all these jobs done. If we don't, we got to rent it again. So that was why we looked at doing it, and our actual public works came in $10,000 under what we budgeted. So it was not 30, which was said in the meeting. It came in at 20,000 and not 30. The tree trimming is because the limbs are getting above where we can reach. So we went out and contracted to get the work done by somebody who's insured and properly trained to do it, so we don't injure any of our employees. The biggest thing that I know public works was looking at was getting out of their scope. Other than that, I thought the tree lighting was great. I think it's absolutely wonderful to do these things for our town. Even where I work at in Jacksonville, people brag about how nice it is to have somewhere that they can come to during the holidays, and it's amazing that a small town just can put it on.
Is that it, Mr. Wallace?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Michaels,
Nothing, sure.
Mr. Hunter.
I would just echo the tree lighting was an amazing event and just the whole day. And there was a lot of people here from out of town. I saw people from Jacksonville I knew, people from Fernandina, they come from all over. So good job, everybody involved.
Council President
Yeah,
Sim.
just the same thing, another great event. It was a good time, a lot of happy people, and vendors, everybody that I talked to did real good. So it was a great event.
The truck sold out,
So yeah,
all of them.
and that's all I got.
All right. Yeah, I want to echo the same sentiments. First off, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. And then Saturday was kind of twofold special. We had that the Christmas market and the tree lighting, and then the Gators won Saturday night. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for for helping out that did. Corey, thank your guys for being there. They were on Johnny on the spot, making sure the trash was empty and there wasn't anything overflowing. I do want to thank the Action Committee for, getting the event put on. I want to thank First Baptist Church of Boulogne for their choir coming up singing. They did a good job. Santa and the Grinch was there. There was a pile of people lined up to get pictures taken with Santa and the Grinch. So, thank everybody for what they did Saturday. The next thing we've got coming up, and it's the last thing of the year, is going to be on the 13th of December. It's going to be before our next meeting, but we've got the Santa on the fire truck that morning, and he'll go. There's an app that I think it's a scan that a QR code that you can scan to track where Santa is at through the town. And then that evening we're going to have the food trucks here, and then the lighted golf cart parade. So bring your golf carts, put lights on them. And that is all I have. Joe, do you have anything from Gabe?
Everything's going on.
Yeah, I know they're in full swing with the volleyball and the soccer, and then the basketball will start in January. I know he was still looking for some kids to sign up for the basketball, but yeah. So, if you can, Saturday morning, go watch some volleyball. Saturday afternoon, go watch some soccer. It's a good time watching those kids run around there and play. Mr. Hobbs. Ms. Wallace.
Yes. Mr. Dale will be moving across the tracks with us tonight or tomorrow. And Ms. Wingate starts on the 15th, and then she will help us get electronic permitting launched, and then we'll be moving Brian as we go. We're almost finished. We're waiting on a few contacts for back doors for alarms, and otherwise we've got everything we need up the street. So stop by and visit. A few of you have stopped by and taken a tour, and we'd love to show you what you've allowed us to do there. Lots of elbow grease and a carpet shampooer. It goes a long way.
Yeah, I do need to go visit it now that y'all got it ready to open up, because the last time I was in there, they were still hammering and sawing and
That's open.
yeah, I want to come in and see it.
Inspections.
Okay. Ms. Purvis.
Just two things. Excuse me. First, the Nassau County School Board reached out about joint workshop dates for January, February timeframe. And I told them how we have our monthly workshop, not thinking that that's their board meeting night, the second Thursday of the month. So a Thursday definitely won't work for them, because we'll be having our fourth Thursday with the zoning, plus they have their second board meeting of the month on the fourth Thursday. So
Will it need to be longer than an hour?
Yeah.
We could do it at 6 o'clock on one of our other two meetings.
To be honest with you, I can ask that. Let me do that, and if that's a no-go, then I'll come back at the 18th and ask again for some dates.
Ms. Purvis, just looking forward, is it first on the Thursday this year?
Yes.
We'll address it at our next meeting.
Next meeting, it'll be addressed. 'Cause
Yeah, we're going to have you come in and sign everything. All right, what was your other item?
The other item is that, and I've told a few of you that that I got an email today from the state, from the Department of Emergency Management, in regards to the building plans that were submitted on October 3rd for their review and approval of the hurricane shelter. She said next week she will get to reviewing them.
All right.
Mackie always said at a glacial pace.
All I can figure is there's just not enough bodies for work, because everything's been that way from the day one.
Will you let Gabe know, because he and I talked about that? Okay. Yeah, because we need to, our time's slipping away if we're going to have it open by this time next year. So we need to.
Yeah.
I mean,
One other thing, I did get a phone call that was probably more promising than all the others on the sale of our property. It was from a developing builder, a big builder. I don't know where it'll go, but I tried my best to sell it, and the fact that we do need big money because of the cost estimate coming in so much over what was allotted from the legislative appropriations for the hurricane shelter. So hopefully we will make a sale, is what the hope is.
Was it a good offer or just an offer?
It wasn't an offer yet. It's being put together to be
Okay.
presented. But it
Okay.
was a big builder. I mean, a big man.
Okay. Is that it, Ms. Purvis?
That is all. Yes. thank you.
Counselor?
We worked with the town clerk to get the property, the Mickelson property listed. And so I don't think there's really anything else to report. Thanks for passing the ordinances that we prepared, and I'm around if you need me.
That's how they found out about it.
Motion to adjourn. Second.